Hello, we are Blerd Otaku, and I'm Zoe, and then today I have Marky Mark and Kabbalist Ren. And today we're going to actually talk about the new spring lineup, which it started about 5 weeks ago, so most shows have 4 to 5 episodes out. And I'm just going to talk about a few shows that I like, at least that I started watching. So, Witch Hat Attire is a show about a girl. She wanted to be a witch her whole life, and she finds when she was little this book and this pen, and then all of a sudden one day she just takes it out and actually starts drawing, and then that's when she realized that anybody could be a witch. It's not just people. It's kind of secrets that everybody has the book that kind of makes it. It's just a certain pen and ink. And by her doing that, and she meets a witch that came to her house that morning, she actually froze her mother. And now I don't know if her mom's dead, alive, but she's kind of stuck in like where she's at. And she's trying to train so she could get better so she could save her mother. It's a good show. Like I said, there's only 4 episodes. It is in dub. And the last few episodes, because I've been watching while I'm at work, and I was like, I had to pause it because it got too busy. It's a good show.
Okay. This one, is it
Yeah.
girl power or is
Uh,
it super happy?
it's but see, I would say it's more of like a little bit. Hello, it's a little bit of super happy, but they're not really because in the witch society, you can't use any form of like magic to harm people or anything like that. So you actually can't even heal people because they're saying that you can't use magic on someone.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that. So she actually did wrong, and they called it as like she used dark magic because she used it on her mother.
So Harry Potter.
Yeah, because I mean they're the teacher, and he has 3 other students. So she's the fourth one, and they're like he's training them. They're under him and everything like that.
Okay. Well, it sounds okay. I just, not a big fan of super happy or
I mean, it's not like it's super happy because I mean, you know, the bad people they're trying to kill her.
okay.
So yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
I get what he's saying. I mean, but you know what, though, Mark? I used to couldn't stand the comedy aspect of anime,
I don't.
and now,
Yeah, I can't do it.
look, I'm telling you, I love, like I said, Spy Family, fucking Dan da da Dan.
Yeah, those are
The
com-
only thing I don't like is like when they break down and they give you like this super sad story, like they did in Spy Family. You
Hmm.
got to see his origin.
Yeah, I
I was
kind of
like,
feel like a skit.
wow, you just took me really out of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the complex drama that they give us in these shows are just so much better than what we have in live action with television. And for anybody who says, "Oh, anime is for kids," apparently
No.
you haven't been watching anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you
So,
now, the storylines are just crazy, and you know you may like this one main character, and that's the guy that dies.
yeah, I've watched a few shows like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I know Zoe doesn't always finish those shows.
I don't because I like there's certain shows that I don't like watching. I don't like watching triangle love stories because I feel like somebody is not fair and they're always like sad about it. And then I don't watch if everybody's getting killed off.
But
Like,
see, those are the ones I enjoy, especially if it's a fighting type show.
yeah.
I like to see that type of show. So that's why I always ask before I start watching something, is it super happy or does it have girl power? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that's kind of girl power. Though. I
Yeah,
was
so
saying that's girl
those
power.
are two shows that I won't sit down and look at. If it's girl power, because then it's gonna have that super happy twist to girl power.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not gonna enjoy that, so I don't look at those shows. And then I will watch. Yeah, most of mine are fighting stuff. Is what I
Yeah,
sit
I
down.
would say you wouldn't enjoy that show. I
Okay.
wouldn't recommend you to watch it, honestly.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
why I asked
maybe
that.
my sister because she's into stuff like that.
she watches Super Happy.
Yeah, all the time.
I
Like,
mean, because I've gone to their house and they're looking at Super Happy, and I'm like, what is this?
but see, me and her watch the same type of shows because I'm the one that like introduced her into like the
No,
more the no, I said the other animes. You introduced us into anime in general, but I mean when we were like think about it, I was like 10 years old, she was 6, and we were sitting right here in this spot, and we were just on YouTube, and we was watching it part to part. You had like 30 minute episode, well, I guess like 28 or something like that, and it was into like 10 parts, and me and her sat every day watching it right here. So
okay.
that's why me and her are on the same genre. Yeah. The next one is actually, I'll say it's more of my dad's style. Is Damien Shadow of the Realm.
So this show I thoroughly enjoy
Yeah.
because it starts off like a medieval type show, and then you realize other things are going on. So it's a bunch of people that can control demons or daemons.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one I like, and it's not. There's not that comedy aspect of
Oh
it.
yeah, it's violent. Like
It's
a
very
little.
violent. So that's what I like. So I really enjoyed this.
I do too. There's only I think 4 or 5 episodes, and
Yeah.
it is in dub. And I like about this show is it came out the first episode as being dubbed. Where like some of them you have to wait 2 weeks to watch. So that's why I'm like caught up on it.
Yeah, I know because when I went to watch one episode, it wasn't dubbed. I did catch up, so I had to wait for
Oh
the
really?
dub.
It wasn't in dub?
No, it was sub
Oh really?
because it said we only have it in sub when I was watching it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I
So
swear it was
that's why
like
I had to stop, and I'm still waiting. So, but yeah, this is a great show.
yeah, it's definitely. I recommend.
Yeah, and especially if you don't mind, again, the violence. It's
It has a comedy feel to it.
I'm trying to think of anything that I've seen that is similar to this, and there's nothing that I really think of that compares to it to a point. Um, so yeah, quite interesting.
Well, I say the art style reminds me of Death Paradise,
Okay,
just for the simple fact of how it looks. To
okay,
say, because that one is very violent. I didn't finish the last season though.
okay.
So the next one is actually called Agent of the Four Seasons, and I think you're watching this too, are you? Or did you see the first episode?
I think I watched the first episode because I kind of got confused with some of the stuff I've been watching.
There was a lot of new shows, and I have to say, this lineup, this for spring, a lot of them is more of like second and third seasons.
Yeah.
So all the shows that we're actually going to talk about today is just the first season of it's new this season because I got reincarnated as a slime as a new season. What else was there?
There was a new season.
Yeah, there was a lot because I'm
Yeah.
watching them all. Doctor Stone is a new season, which is actually the final season this year. Which I'm gonna be honest, it needs to be wrapped up. The show is boring, but I do like it though.
There was
The one that's
something-
like Harry Potter, that's on the second season too. Doran, it's like Dorihan something. It's on Netflix and Crunchyroll. That's the second season,
yeah, One Piece is a new season, but that
but it doesn't count.
yeah, but that is still a new season this year.
Yeah.
Um,
But to talk about the Agent of the Four Seasons, it's just a show where the the main character, she is Spring, and she actually was like kidnapped or whatever, and Spring has been gone for years. So now she's coming back, and she's trying to bring Spring to the world, and people are trying to kill her.
that's the one I was. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did start that one too. And what else did I start? Sentenced to be a Hero, but was that?
Sentenced to be a Hero. That's not new, is it?
I don't remember when that started. And Roll Over and Die.
Roll Over Die is not new.
Yeah.
Sentenced to be a Hero is not new either. That came
No,
out
that
in the
was-
winter lineup.
Yeah, that's
That was last season.
okay. So I did start that too though.
Yeah. The next show is actually called Kill Agent Mr. Detective. And I started watching that because I like detective shows and be honest. What's interesting is the main character, his father is a famous detective. So he's trying to like become a detective also. But every time he solves a murder, he gets killed. And for some reason, he can't die.
Does he get reincarnated, or
No,
does the
like
day start over?
no, it just really like he'll because I've only seen 2 episodes of it just because it is in sub, and when I'm at work I can't really watch sub there, and I just don't think about it because it's like okay, but it has a good concept to it because in the first episode he finds a body or whatever, and what he's doing is he's looking to figure out like what's going on, and then somebody like kills him. You don't know who, and then a few hours later, he wakes up and everybody's like, "But I thought you were dead." And the person that's working with him, she's like, "Oh yeah, you died again."
Oh, okay.
So it's like I guess it's constantly happening over and over again.
And
So
this is, you said there's only 2 episodes of that?
so there is four,
Oh, four.
but I'm only or maybe there's five, but I'm only on the second episode. Because like I said, it's just I'm watching so much stuff that this one I feel like I am putting it on the back burner, and probably when it complete, I'll sit there and just binge watch it.
Okay.
But and then the next one is called Marriage Toxin. That one's interesting. It's definitely a super happy. But see, it's violent, so I wouldn't like. I feel like it's super happy for y'all, but for me, I'm just like, because it's like a love story where the guy he is the boss of he's an assassin, but he's the boss of the medicine of like of poison and killing people. So that's what how he does his assassin work, and he's the head boss for like his company or whatever like that. He saves his girl, and in the middle of him saving her, he was like, I don't save people at all because that's not my job. But I'll save you, blah blah blah. And she's trying to teach him how to fall in love with like get a girlfriend and stuff like that
Okay.
because he has to get married or like the maybe the chairman and he's like coming ranking about to be like taking charge and they're saying if he doesn't get married by a certain date or whatever then he is gonna be like not gonna get the job pretty much. So
To get the job.
yeah, like for instance, you know how like they have the head, he's like under the head.
Oh,
So
okay.
his grandmother is like or grandfather is like you have to get married. So that's why he's looking to like find love and everything like that. But I think they're gonna get together at the end of it.
And that.
But he kills in the show. Like he's a poison person. Even in the first episode, like I think he killed everybody in the room just for the simple fact of like, he gave her a mask and then he poisoned everybody and stuff like that. And then there was like bleeding from their eyes. So, so I was like, it's super happy to the point, but
Yeah.
it's in sub. It's not in English, I don't think.
Okay.
No. If I'm caught up, I feel like I'm kind of. So it must be in dub, and I think I'm only seeing like a few episodes because it's one of the ones that's two.
Okay. So it's behind.
Yeah, it's behind. So I do like that show, but it is probably going to be like one of the bottom ones that I do watch because there's definitely
So
better ones out there.
let's just say from the ones you've listed so far,
Hmm.
what is your favorite one, or one that you'd suggest others to watch?
I will have to say the one that you watch. I'll recommend people to watch that.
Demons of the Shadows?
Yes.
Okay.
And then maybe after that, The Witch Hat a Terrier. Just for the simple fact, it's like I know my sister would like that show.
Okay. So for people that are into super happy girl power,
It's just not like okay.
then you would go with the witch thing.
Yes.
Okay.
But like the other shows, I feel like I said I'm watching them. Like the Agent of the Four Seasons, it has a great concept of it. I just don't really think that it's my. It might be my type of show, but I don't know. I think it's okay.
Okay.
I watched it last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was just like, okay, I'm done.
Wow, that's a little harsh, Miss Zoe.
It really was. It's just it has a good concept on it. It really does. I just don't think it's just I care for it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Like it's a good show. I just I don't want to watch it like that. But I figured I might as well because it's in dub. And sometimes at like 3 o'clock in the morning, try to stay awake. I'm like, well, I can watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. So it's for you. It's a filler
Yeah.
watch,
Yes.
just something to have on, because it's not bad, but it's not like one of the things you're going to
See
strive
it.
to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like honestly, if it was in sub, I probably wouldn't watch it. Just because it's been dubbed, that's why I was like, okay.
So that's what you just do is look at what's dubbed, and then you just go ahead and put it on if it's new.
Yeah, but see, I mean, I watch a lot of sub shows too at that, but I watch it at home. But since I, work at night and then stuff like that, it's kind of harder to sit there and watch little shows. So that's why I'm like, if it's sub, I have to really, really like it.
See, that's what I say because
Yeah.
you gotta put more attention into a
Yes.
sub show than you do in a dub show.
Yeah. So that's one of the shows where I'm like, okay, definitely if it was a sub, I wouldn't watch
And what did
it.
Rob say?
I don't. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Uh huh.
You know. Now I was gonna say now I
So
watch Solo Leveling, and it's dubbed, but
But that
then
one episode.
one episode that is like a point five
Yeah.
is sub, and it is only a recap of the first half of the season.
Well, you got to watch the last like 2 minutes of it. It's different.
Yeah, but other than that, the rest of it's you've already seen it,
Yes.
and I'm like, why did they do that?
It took me. I actually got behind on the show because I couldn't get past that episode, and then I was like, okay. I think I was like 3 weeks behind because I just was like, nah, I don't want to skip it, but I don't like watching recaps episodes. So
Yeah,
that just takes a long time. But then they always add in something new in the middle of the episode. So I'm like, I have to watch it.
yeah,
But I didn't want to watch it. And I like that show.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it kind of happened like so. Netflix hit Spy Family season 3, and I'm like, yeah, and then it was all subtitle, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, because I don't have that attention span like that anymore. So,
Yeah.
and then of course I'm getting into one of the episodes that we have here, and the first two to three episodes were dubbed, and then the third and fourth episode was subtitled, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, see, that's
Why
always
would you do?
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I'm like looking, I'm engaged in the show, and then I can look away and do something else for a while, but I can still hear it.
Yeah.
And then you look and you're like, wait a minute, I don't know what they're saying right
Yeah.
now.
My thing is I get because I'll be like I'll watch it and then when I do something to the screen minimize and then I'll be like wait I don't understand Japanese.
Yeah.
I gotta go back.
Well, that's the bad thing. It's like I took Japanese in college, Japanese 1 and 2,
Hmm.
and then the teacher's like, she goes, yeah, you guys got about a second or third grade level of language.
That was it.
And so every now and then, I can catch a word or something, and I'm like struggling to kind of, catch what's going on in the scene. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm out. I'm out. I can't. Don't do this. But the stories, even the anime style, sometimes depending on what you're watching, is so engaging. And again, I cannot stress this enough. These storylines are so much better than anything that they're putting out right now.
They really
I
are.
I'm sorry. I you could not compare that, and we were talking before the show because you had already said, yeah, you should get Crunchyroll. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I found this thing. Hey, if you do Crunchyroll, you can get this free so and so and get, and they have a thing going on right now too. So for Crunchyroll, you can get like a week free, and then they have certain tiers. Now I didn't go for the $20 tier. I did the $13 tier, but um, I'm just bored with regular TV. Even I've caught up with all the K dramas and all the other stuff, but I mean with anime, there's just so many genres,
Yeah.
so much. You know what I mean? So much more. And then of course, there's everything that Zoe keeps hitting us with, except
Well,
for I'm not watching that boy girl stuff
yeah.
there, Zoe. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Can't do it.
See, what I think I like about anime is though, because I mean, even with this show, how we do it, every new season there is a new lineup. Because I mean, like some of the shows that Dad was talking about there was from the last lineup. So even
Yeah.
now, that's why there's so many. And I actually have 11 shows that I'm watching new. That's not even counting all the other ones that I didn't even count.
Yeah.
And there's shows that I watching now, but I didn't put because, like I said earlier, it's just I'm watching. It's multiple seasons, so there's no reason if you didn't really watch it originally, which you could. You could do that maybe one episode.
Because you were, was it the slime thing?
Yeah, the time I got reincarnated as a slime, it actually came out with a movie yesterday, or was it today? Is the third, so it came out on the first, and I was gonna go see it, but it was sold out pretty much. So we're gonna go see it in a couple days probably.
Now, do you think this movie is as big as?
No, it's not.
Okay. What about Chainsaw Man?
So I finally watched Chainsaw Man the movie, and I think the show is okay, but I didn't like the movie at all.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't recommend it, but even like my best friend, me and him was like, because he watched it too, and he was like, yeah, I'm glad we did not go to the movies to see
Oh wow.
it. It's just the first half was kind of like boring. It was just talking and whatnot, and then it had the action, but I just felt like it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, and yeah, it wasn't that good.
Because I know the other one was so big when that
Yeah,
came.
but Demon Slayer was a good movie.
Yeah, because I saw everybody was talking about that,
Yeah, I mean,
but I haven't heard anything about what is it, the
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man, or the one that I was reincarnated as a slime.
Well, Reincarnated as a Slime just came out. Like,
But I didn't hear anything prior to it coming out. Where
well, you did it.
no, but demons, I
But then
heard about that. That
I
was
think
huge.
it's the popularity of it. Yeah, Izukai. Yeah, but Demon Slayer is popular. Like, you could go anywhere and you could find like,
Yeah.
I mean, even the necklace I'm wearing right now. Me and my best friend has like matching ones, and you could find merch. You can't do that with Reincarnated as a Slime. It's
Okay.
not as popular.
But I know second season. Well, the new season came out recently for that show, and I was just wondering about that.
Of the Reincarnated.
Yeah.
We're actually on season 4.
So that's the fourth season.
Yeah, I think it's the 4th season.
Yeah, that just recently came out.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 episodes out, and it's not in dub; it's in sub.
Okay.
So I am watching that also. It's a good show.
Okay.
I actually 100% recommend everybody watch that. It's one of those ones that's put on the back burner, but what took me, I only started watching it because I got sick. And then after that, I was like, okay, this show is really good. And it's not super happy at all. You would think it's stupid, but great show.
Okay.
But the next one, this show, I know my sister's probably watching because I talked to her the other day. She was like, "Yeah, yeah." So it's called The Observation Log of My Fiance Who Calls Herself a Villain. So pretty much
Jeez,
it's a long, long name. But what's interesting is it's a reincarnation kind of show kind of thing where it's a villainous kind of thing where the girl comes from like modern times or whatever, and then she's reading a book or playing a game, and she goes into the character. That's what the show is about. But it's not from her point of view; it's from his point of view, because he's the prince, and he's kind of like super smart and is bored with his life. And then she comes up to him and she was like, "Hey, I remember this. I played this in a game. This is my life." And he's like, "That's weird. That she's crazy." But he find out she's telling him information that's happening that the game that she was playing is actually coming true. So now he actually believes her, and she's just trying to get him to like she wants to be really bad in the villainous because she's like, well, that's how the game's supposed to go, and he's like, no, I'm trying to change it. So she thinks the game is still going the way that she played it, but he in the background is actually like fixing it because her dad is supposed to be like a villain, but in reality, her dad works for him now, and his dad is a spy. Her dad is a spy. So he's like changing things. Like her mother was supposed to die of a sickness, and she told him about it, and he stopped the sickness before it happened, like the plague.
Okay.
So it's interesting. So I like that it's a different point of view when it comes to villains and shows.
So that kind of reminds me of what is that one? The girl that goes back into the past and meets the demon boy, sick boy.
Oh yeah, you talking? No, because this is a game.
Okay.
Yeah, she
She.
originally played the game, and
Okay.
then now she's in technically the game and stuff. But in that, it's more of like going to the past and whatnot.
She actually physically
Yeah,
going into
yeah.
the past.
This
Okay.
she's in stuff, and it's like a whole little villainous kind of shows that are like that, where they're playing a game, they're reading a book, and then they go into the book or the game, and then they're living out the life of the character.
Okay.
So yeah, because most of the time they want to actually, the villainess always dies in the games,
Okay.
but she's like okay with that, which is weird. And he's trying to like, no, you're gonna be my fiance. We're actually gonna be together. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I like the show. It isn't dubbed, but I'm 2 episodes behind because it's one of those shows again that I think there's 6 episodes that it just came out, and you know 4 are dubbed.
Okay.
The next one I know everybody's watching, except my dad. It's called it's called Kill Blue. It is a great, great show. I'm watching on Netflix, but it's weird because the new episode is not in dub, so highly upset about that. It reminds me of a Detective Conan kind of vibe in the show because he something happens to him, whatever, and he turns into a middle schooler. The same as Detective Conan, and he just go back and trying to like live his life and figure out why he's a child again. But he's an assassin, so this one's interesting. And he goes,
No, this one is great.
yeah.
This one is great. I'm as soon as it popped up, and I think the day after you hit me up and you're like, hey, check this out. I was like, I've been watching that. I've been watching that. So he goes on that one mission and gets almost killed, and
Hmm.
his ex-wife, who's the scientist handler, regenerates him back into this form, and he's like, you can reverse it, right? She's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So he has to go back to school because the guy tells him, um, I have a job for you. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, look at me. He goes, no, I need you to go to school. He goes, wait a minute. You want me to check out this school for your daughter? Well, she needs to go to a good school, and I want to make sure this is a good school.
It's stupid.
So I'm in it, and just like Zoe says, the next episode that I watch is like, it's not dubbed, and I'm
It
like,
is. It's
come
weird.
on, you can't do this to me. You can't get me invested and then go into something where, because literally I have this like one day, which is today,
Yeah.
to actually just relax and enjoy anything on the tube or whatever else. And that was my thing. So I was a little upset. So that was another reason why I went ahead and I just pulled the trigger on the Crunchyroll. I'm like, it's over because, like, again, there's really nothing on TV. Everything that is coming on TV, they wanna hit you with, we're gonna give you episode by episode, or they give you 2 episodes now, which is funny because Darth Maul, I don't mind the 2 episodes, and that gives me something to look forward to on that Monday.
Yeah.
Um, but we're trying to wait for From, and I think it's only on episode 3 or 4, and I'm like, oh, come on, man. But now I got Crunchyroll, so I'm gonna be good. Every time I come home, it's click click. Let's see what I can find. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Um, I like the fact that he still has his skills,
Yeah.
and he might be a little bit faster because he's a little bit younger. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
that youth comes all that speed, and you know what I mean. So, but I was really enjoying that all the way up until that episode where all of a sudden it was subtitled, and I was like,
I keep checking it every day because I'm like, I'm like, man, I might have to actually just watch it and so. But I don't like switching back and forth.
yeah, it does kind of get a little annoying because you'll get used to the other character actors,
Hmm.
and usually the soundtrack, of course, when it's in its original Japanese, is a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just seems a little bit more precise, and I mean, I get it. We're dubbed and we're trying to make it audible for us. Uh, but still, at the same time, once you get into that one thing and you hear a different character's voice not portrayed the same way, you're like, ooh, oh no, 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 no.
Yeah.
You know, um, I did that with Spy Family. I heard Anya's voice and I went, ooh, no, no, can't do it, can't do it,
Yeah.
can't do it. I love her little crazy. Reminds me of that girl from Poker Face, the little Jewish lady with the big hair. Um, I forget what else she was in. Was she in Orphan Black? Orange Black. She was in there.
Okay.
Um, that voice, that little raspy voice. You know what I mean? Kind of vaudevillian a little bit, but
Yeah.
I really did. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I definitely say. I mean, I don't know if it's your type of show, honestly,
Okay.
but it's like I feel like you know how like Sacramento Days is like stupid.
Oh,
It's not like stupid like that because he's like very, like
Sakamoto.
yeah. It's just more of the simple fact of like the assassin kind of thing, whatever.
Okay.
So
But he's a child.
he's like in middle school right now, or like high school or something like that.
He still got the mind of an adult, an
Yeah,
old
yeah,
cranky adult.
yeah. Even the guy's daughter was even like, "You're like my father." She even said that. And I was like, yeah, because he's old. He was even said as a joke once. He was like, these kids are like the same age as my daughter.
Okay.
So, and he just want to go to school right now, which is still weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that show, Welcome to Demon High School, because the new season came out. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Liar Game is the next show I am watching, and I will have to say I do not like this show. It's
Tell us how you really feel, Zoe.
well, I'm gonna be honest. I just feel like I don't like the main character. The game is she doesn't tell a lie or whatever. So she gets a letter in the mail and it's pretty much saying like, hey, and then a suitcase or something like that, and it has like like $10,000 in it or whatever, right? So once she opened it, whatever, it says now you're part of the game. So you cannot lie. And the person that she's playing with, or I guess her opposite, is like her old teacher. So then she gives him the money because she believes everything, and now she's trying to get it back. And then she says she's gonna take his money also, but because she can't tell a lie, she bails out this convict or whatever, and he's supposed to help her. And he said, let's just split the money 50-50.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
weird.
and it seems like a boring show. And this,
Yeah, I have to admit that doesn't seem.
And how many episodes?
so this one has 4 episodes, and only 2 are dubbed, so that's why I'm watching. No, I think I just watched the 3rd episode, so maybe there's 5, and 3 I've seen, and that's one of the shows that I'm watching just at work.
Okay.
It's a silly thing, I put it on, and then I'll talk to the police or whatever, and just be good.
Wow.
If I miss something, I miss something. Yeah. It's yeah. Maybe it's gonna get better as it go on, but it is not my type of show at all. It's very boring.
Hmm. Okay.
The next one, which I know you're watching, is called The Warrior Princess and the Barbarian King.
This is a good show.
Yes.
Yeah. I was surprised because it starts off with people in a dungeon, right?
She's in the dungeon.
She's in the dungeon, and then but yeah, it actually gets pretty good. I think she gets a little bit into herself the way I feel from what I've seen.
I don't think she's into herself. It's just that she's from a different kingdom. He technically kidnapped her, and he's saying, "I'm gonna marry you,"
Okay.
and she's just like, "I just want to go home," and he was trying to kill her.
Yeah.
At first, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like, and now you want to marry? It's weird,
Okay.
Yeah,
but
that's that strange love.
yeah, but it's a good show. I definitely recommend. It's a good one.
So not too bad.
Yeah. The next one I actually couldn't find like so I could read the name. I I guess I'll read the whole thing. It says the strongest job is apparently not a hero or a sage, but or a praiser. Why is that like an essay to read? It's one of those shows where he gets is it Izukai? He comes to the new world, he has a cell phone, it dies. And then he has this like he realized he's a appraiser. Oh yeah, just watch that. It's really good though, but I think I'm watching so many izukai, so it just blended into one of those. It still has the basic thing where he's trying to find his way home. The praiser, he's actually strong. He's saving people and stuff like that. That's really what's going on. I mean, the elf girl is actually somebody that he met, and then the system was like, done of the trial. He was like, oh, she must have been the trial. And then the other two people he just saved in the episode I just watched. It's good, but like I said, if you watch Izukai, you've seen it. Oh. I'm just gonna be honest. All Izukais are all the same nowadays. Yeah. But I do like the show because I like Izukai, so I will continue to watch them and know the plot.
Yeah, I probably never watched that then. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you've seen them, then you're like, And then this is the last show that I'm watching. I don't want to say it, the name, mess it up. So, Garden of God. Okay. It's one of those shows where I think it's slow a little bit. The guy, what he does is, I think his grandfather, uncle, whatever, distant relative, he lived in that house originally. They passed away, so now he's going into the house because he's supposed to like clean it up, or whatever, because they're thinking about selling it. So he could actually, since he was little, he could see like spirits and whatnot. And originally he could see like good ones and kind of bad ones, whatever. But when he writes down anything on a piece of paper, and then if a spirit comes, like a bad one, come near him or whatever, it erases the ink that's on the paper, and he like you know exercises them pretty much. Okay. Yeah, so I like that simple fact of, he wrote on this guy or something to give his phone number. And then the guy realized that he's actually an exorcist. And he was like, oh, wait, now I can actually, all the demons that are coming after me or whatever, they're going away. I'm defeating them.
Okay.
But he doesn't realize that. But the characters that's in the picture, they're, now he could talk to them and see them where nobody else can. So they know he's not crazy because because they're like exorcists or nothing like that. Oh, watching it. But yeah, it's an okay show.
Okay.
It's in sub. It's not in dub. So that's one of the shows where I have to say I'm not like caught up. Maybe I am. Like I said, I'm just watching so much stuff.
Okay. So, and now you said that's the last of the ones you're watching?
Yeah, that's all the ones that I'm watching that are new.
Okay. And of these, again, since you've given us a list of 11, do you still say that Damon of the Shadow Realm is your favorite out of all of those?
Because I'm such a girly girl, I'm gonna have to say the one where the fiance who calls herself the villain. I think that one's my favorite.
Okay.
When that show drops, I'm watching in dub, but I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna start and actually watch it in sub because I like that show. But then I'm into like happy and girly stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the next one I have to say, the Warrior Princess. I think that one's number two, and then the Damien of the one that you like. I will say that. Those are my three, my top three. I could stop watching quite a bit of them. Like, I'm probably not gonna finish the Marriage Toxin. Okay. I'm gonna be honest about that. It's okay. Kill Again, Mr. Detective. That's in sub, and I'm only on episode 2, so I don't think I'm gonna finish it probably until like next year when I'm bored.
Okay, so you will complete all of these, or you think you're gonna stop? Because I know some of them I've stopped watching after the first few episodes.
Yeah, I might stop, like with the Garden of Gods. I probably might stop with that. But I recently, since I have so much free time, that I do finish everything. And then I actually been going back and rewatching shows that I didn't finish. So that's why right now with what's that show that you said you was gonna watch? I was just talking about it. The it's so boring. With the Stone Age show, that one.
Okay.
I I went back because I was like a season behind, and now I'm caught up watching. I'm like, oh dang, when is the show gonna end? So that's one of them. Then I'm like, uh, but it's in dub, so that's why I went back and started watching it.
Okay.
Dub is saving me in anime.
Yeah, I noticed it is easier to watch dub when you can just not really focus on it.
Yeah.
Because the episodes, especially on Crunchyroll, I love that once the episode ends, the next episode starts up, so you can just let it play while you're doing other things. So yeah, that kind of works out when
It,
you can do that.
yeah, so I think that's why I'm like, okay, trying to big on anime and all that. There's this new show that I do wanted to watch. I don't know if you guys ever watched. Oh my gosh, I gotta look up the name of it, but it's like a comedy. It's just as long. I think there's like 600 episodes of it. It's long. Oh, it's Gintama. I love that show, but they actually have a new season that's on Netflix.
Okay.
That it just started. I think it's only on Netflix, and I do want to watch it. I don't know if it's subbed or not, but it's supposed to be like a side story of what Gintama is or something like that.
Mm.
And Gintama is a great show. Like I remember when I was like a kid and it was on, and I never actually sat there and truly watched every episode because it's one of those shows where you don't have to like you could just come in and go, which is great. I like shows like that sometimes instead of having like one storyline and it's a continuation. That one's like it might have like a two-parter, but other than that, you
I
could
love
watch it.
episodic shows.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
you
don't
could
have.
really just watch it anywhere, and that's how I do that show. I mean, I did try to rewatch it, but then at the time it got off of the service because I was watching anime on HBO Max, but then they got rid of all their anime. So that's when I stopped watching that show. But I stopped watching it in the correct order.
Okay.
If it ever comes on like when it on TV, I'll definitely turn to it because it's a good show. It's stupid. It's funny.
All
Well,
right.
yeah. But I guess did y'all have anything to say about the shows that I've seen?
No, no. I like I said, the ones I'm watching, I enjoy. I've started some that I do not like, and I can't even name them, so it's not too bad. I mean, some of them just came out. They weren't new this time, but like the blood one,
Oh, the winter lineup. Yeah,
yeah, and I hated that show. So
yeah, definitely. That show was okay.
yeah,
I saw a thing where they were talking about it, where they were saying that show they had so much like, oh, it's gonna be great, and then when it finally came out, it was like, it's okay.
yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like the other one. Something else I started, but that one I definitely am not going to finish. So okay,
Okay.
Calibus, you have anything new that you're watching?
Hmm.
Uh, no. Uh, I just look. I am sitting here on season 3 of Spy Family as we are going through this show. Um, and I'm going to look for something whatever is going to be next after this. But I think that Warrior, the one that you guys put up here about the barbarian, and
Yeah,
he wanted to kill her, and then he says, "You're gonna marry me."
yeah,
I think sadly I think that's up my alley.
it is.
Uh, as a matter of fact, that kind of mirrored my situation here because I believe someone did not want to get married, and I was like, "Oh, you get married." I'm not playing house. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah, I say that to people all the time. I ain't playing house with no papers. I said that to
yep, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? We gonna do this. We gonna do this for real. It ain't gonna be for that. So I think I want to watch that one next, but I do enjoy the nuance of what we're doing here, and every time that you bring up a new show, the fact that you always try to keep us informed. with what, hey, we're going to do this to check out this anime. So it gives me as an old timer, because 70s, 80s, and 90s anime is where I live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
and seeing some of this new stuff, I was kind of like, oh my god, no. The Naruto's and the
Oh yeah.
Dragon Balls and da 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 da, and I'm like, I can't even. To me, it just seems silly. Although I am a huge Piccolo fan, um, the rest of them weren't too interesting to me. Um, but some of the other stuff that, like, you've got me into, and for the life of me, I like the food animes um, a little bit more.
Wow.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's
exactly, right.
a
And,
great
and I always feel like I should run down to Sushi King and grab a platter and come back and kick some of that. So, but again,
Have you watched Food Wars?
no, I haven't seen that one. The last one,
That that is not a show that you should watch with kids around.
really?
Because what they do is they sexualize the food.
Uh,
So they'll be
Oh,
eating it.
Food Wars, you say?
Yeah, they'll be eating the food, and next thing you know, their clothes come off.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll peep that out a little bit later on.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called, Food Wars. It's I only saw the first season because I couldn't get past that. I was like, nah, we're doing too much. Yeah, it's called Food Wars.
See,
It's crazy.
I learn
And there's
something
five
every
seasons.
day.
It's on Crunchyroll, Disney Plus, and Hulu.
Well, I'll be watching it since now I got Crunchyroll.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely it's your type of show. It's food and women.
Okay.
Yeah, because they really be like naked. I'd be like, what is going on? So I only
Oh,
watched the first season.
oh, well, yeah.
You said there are 5 seasons of that?
Yeah, it says there's 5 seasons. Like I said, I only saw maybe I saw season two, but that was one of the shows I was watching on HBO Max. So again, and then when they got away, that was the show I was like, I don't need to watch it. I mean, they really do because his food is so good that they'd be like, it takes their clothes off,
Sure.
and then they'd be like moaning. It's crazy. But yeah, it's a cooking show.
Okay.
It came out in 2015.
And they have little behind the scenes with that. It is 5 seasons.
Yeah, you see,
55 episodes.
I told you.
So yeah, I will let you know how I yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there's my next thing. Food Wars. I'll give you a full report afterwards. In 2 weeks, you'll get my full report on Food Wars.
it's actually it would be kind of interesting to do a show where all the shows that we recommend you watch and like the ones you watch and just your idea of what you think of it from like you watching it now where like I watched things when they originally came out.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
because like
the
another
nostalgia factor is
yeah.
because believe me, um, when we left California and came here, Marine Boy, Battle of the Planets, and Star Blazers and Speed Racer were and was at I think that was probably later, but for some reason I want to say Mazinga, but I know it wasn't.
Mm.
But those were the ones. Those were the big ones, and we didn't really know they were anime until later in life. But nostalgic factors, I had put it on. Yeah, Mazinger Z. Um, I had put it on in the shop. Marine Boy came on in the shop, and I was like, "How did I think this was a good show?"
I'm watching it right now. I just finished, I think, season 3 of Marine. I think it was only 3 seasons, but I just finished all of season 3, and I'm going back to season 1 now. And
Yeah,
yeah, I'm looking at it like this is. I loved it as a kid, just like you know.
yeah,
But then I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, that's just bad.
it's bad. It's bad. Like so, like we had Battle of the Planets on Gachamon, And then for some reason, when we did the cartoon thing, it went into the Japanese version of it,
That's the best one though. As
and
long as
I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, I got to turn this off. I can't play this in the store." You
yeah,
know, because
that's the one that you want to watch because it makes more.
yeah,
It's a better show than with the what is it, Strands or Z or whatever his name
oh,
is.
Seven's Arc 7.
Sevens are seven. Yeah, like what the hell?
But that
It's
was very. I mean, I think that's a great little thing. All this for me though is, it all ties into that time that we're going to conventions, and then in the rooms they had the animes playing in the rooms, and hall so and so and room 3 is,
yeah,
and that I was introduced to anime at a con. That's how I saw
Yeah,
it.
there's a few shows that I've watched that I've gotten from me just being tired and wanted to sit down. I'm like, okay, what is this?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what happened to me. And
Mhm.
then I watch it, and then there are two girls walking around in the costumes of the anime I saw, and that, as a young man, that's it. Oh, that's those two. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
But then you get these stories, these beautiful love stories. Three times three eyes, Tenchi Muyo, beautiful, and then you come back to American TV and you get Scooby Doo
Yeah, but Scooby Doo's
and
good
you know what I
though.
mean, and
It was okay for what it
well,
is.
what is it? Knowing is half the battle, and you're like,
Right, Joe.
yeah,
But
well,
because
you're shooting at
everything else,
everybody, but everybody gets to jump out with a parachute.
Oh yeah.
yeah, well, it's a PSA. They all had to have a PSA at the end,
Yep.
and nobody could die.
Right.
But
And He
everybody
Man, the most
died though.
powerful man
Yeah,
in the universe.
coma.
He's in a coma.
He's in a coma
He has a sword, but he can't really cut nobody with it, but he can cut
now.
rope and deflect bolts that don't really hit anybody unless you're a robot.
Yeah, but some shows it kind of was interesting. Like I'll have to say Yu-Gi-Oh. If you watch the American version, like the Four Kids, whatever, compared to the original, I like that how we did Shadow Realm because that wasn't really a thing. They actually died when they went to the Shadow Realm, but ours was just like they're in another little area. So I did like that concept.
But you
Well,
don't.
like
Yeah,
I
I know,
said,
but that's really what it was.
the adult. I mean, they're on a more mature level than we are as far as what they allow their children to see and certain things.
Oh, definitely.
Again, I mean, you can go. They've got vending machines with the manga in it, and sometimes it's hypersexualized or whatever else, but they are expected to work a certain way.
Yep.
At the same tokens, when you go into their bathrooms, they're spotless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go into an American bathroom, you freak out. You're like, oh my God, I have to go to the bathroom. I don't really want to go in here.
That's how it was at AMC earlier.
You know what I mean? You
Like,
just like you freak out. You know what I mean? The level of the things that you can do and versus here and there, and the maturity level, but the stories. I swear to God, you would figure that some of these people who call themselves writers, you know, I get so tired of their fan fiction being put into our mainstream stories because now that I'm on this show, you know what? I'm going to put myself in it, and I'm going to put myself in this character and
yeah,
insert myself, and now I'm truly in it. You know what I mean? And I'm supposed to praise you for that.
No.
yeah.
So here with these storylines, and sometimes they get a little goofy. Don't get me wrong,
Oh yes.
but it's just so much better, and it takes us out of the reality of the sad state of affairs that we are in. I
True.
don't care what side of the fence you're on. It's
There is no war in Boston, say.
you know
That
That's
was true. Yeah, that was true.
we just you can, for the 30 minutes to an hour, you can mellow out and you can watch them do their little thing uh and enjoy what you were supposed to do. A good story, and you may be heartbroken at the end of that story because it is Japanese and not all the endings are happy.
They're realistic. That's
Yeah, they're very realistic. So, but they're great stories, and I think that's the best takeaway from all of it. It's just you get a good story, you get a good feel, and you get a break from madness.
Yeah,
yep.
I think that's why I like izukai so much because it's like they're coming from their world, and then they're going to something that's usually better, and and they have so much. Even though they do try to go home because they miss their family, but it's just that whole. Sometimes I need to escape. And izukai, they're escaping into a different world.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, repeatedly. It's the same thing. They'll say, "You've seen one izukai, you've seen them all."
True.
Except the time I got reincarnated as a slime. I love that show.
Okay.
Yep, I definitely gonna go see that movie. Even though I hope it's not like Demon Slayer, the first movie, the train arc. I didn't like the way they did that because the movie came out, everybody went to the theaters, and then when the show came out, which I think it was the second season that it was the train arc, it was just the first few episodes was the movie.
Oh,
I don't like when shows do that. I feel like you're gonna have the movie, stand alone, then do the season. So you can kind of pick and choose if you actually want to watch the show.
okay.
Because I didn't see Jujutsu Kaisen movie, but then I think they did say it was like that also, where the first few episodes, or was it a standalone? I don't know. I didn't see it because I get kind of hesitant watching anime movies. Just for the simple fact is, I don't need to watch the first 5 episodes in the movie, and then I'm like, dang, now I'm so excited for the show to come out, and now I gotta wait and skip 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully this movie's not like that.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go see it. So bad. Wait until the show come out. Well, I am watching the show now, so then I guess not. So it probably is going to be a standalone.
Okay.
So yeah, stop him from killing him. Oh yeah, that show we actually talked about it in one of the episodes, one of the early ones, where I forgot what it's called, but he was trying to kill himself with the girl, and then the truck queue or whatever came and that they died, and that's why they got reincarnated into another world, and the whole time he was trying to kill himself. It was a good show. I think it only got one season, 12 episodes, but it was just funny that every episode he was trying to like take poison and like medicine and things to kill himself, and he got stronger. So then, yeah, I was talking about it the other day with somebody because I was trying to recommend it, but I couldn't think of the name of the show.
Okay.
And even now, I don't know the name of the show, and it's not old, so I think it might be like a year or two old, maybe.
Okay.
But But I guess that's it, you guys, for today. And thank you everybody for watching. So I hope you like and subscribe.
Okay.
Oh, like yeah, and like and subscribe. And then I have so many shows that I'm watching right now. So I guess we'll talk about them next time. Bye.